I did think the video I just made documenting this political movement they did down here, which they won't tell any of the people who participated what we did exactly. Um, but one of the most sickest things is, look, if you tell us, Steve, look, you get a weird experience. You got caught in a big political movement, and that's all right. You know what you need, Steve? You need a girlfriend. You know, why don't you get a girlfriend? Okay, let me tell you what kind of serious political movement they must be having down here, and the weight of silence on it. Okay, let me tell you something. During this whole thing, where like me and a bunch of people were like participating in something. Okay, at that time, okay, I mean, all these like really attractive girls who work in the bars and the coffee shops and all these like cute gals in town and stuff were fully aware that there was a political movement going on, okay, and even to the point of like and certainly aware that I personally was in it with a bunch of other people and was like playing in this thing and everything. okay, so like I mean right, I mean hypothetically I don't know that I thought about it at the time, but right, you've ended up participating in like some political movement, and you're playing a role in it. People are like oh, there's the big bad wolf and everything. And when I would go in these shops, there's like cute girls working there and stuff and everything. I mean, theoretically, you'd think after such an event, like, right, I mean, I could find a girlfriend, like, they know they know me, right? I was in that big political movement, and, like, that you did down here. No. The girls in the stores, like, I even asked them, like, what was that actually going on? And she's like, I don't know what she's talking about. That all these, like, cute girls and stuff, like, working at the stores, like, pretend that didn't happen? Okay, so like, no, you should still go find a girlfriend. Like, what kind of girls are these? Like, they're in a political movement too, where they would do that. Like, person like for like a while was like a I mean, they fully aware I'm like one of the players in this thing they're doing, and then just act like that didn't happen. I mean, it's incredible, I mean, that's just incredible. I mean, these are some of the gals in the stores, like, oh, we're going to do a game out here, I'm going to go show my black people have been treating me. They were in this thing, and then they just act like that didn't happen. I mean, they act like they don't know me, So now how could you get a date in the town? I mean, there's girls like that, they must be in it or whatever. This political movement is, they just throw you under the bus when it's done. I don't know, what kind of girls are these? You ask a girl out on a date, they're going to pretend that didn't happen? Well, we go on the girl a while, she never says, like, hey, dude, I was in that thing, and I don't even know about her. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you couldn't have a girlfriend in town like this. They're in with it, man. They're in when the whole town's in a political movement. They wrote a bunch of people down here. See, a lot of people were baited down here in a variety of ways, by the way, during this 2012 thing. Because, I mean, part of what probably put the idea in my head a little bit to come here was, like, a lot of these people, like, all these, like, podcasts and, like, CDs coming out around the thing, like, 2012 events, and, like, weird political recordings. I mean, it did indicate that there was a lot of, like, interesting things going on in San Francisco. A lot of these people came down here probably thinking, like, oh, I mean, I did too. There's, like, raw food movements and, like, political organizing, and that shit was all done by weird, like, sound recording people, because you get down here, you say, like, is there a political place to volunteer? Like, nah, man, we don't have that. They're like, yeah, are there any, like, raw food stuff going on? Like, I don't know, people aren't into that here. Like, none of that, like, stuff that was, like, going on, like, oh, there's all this, like, alternative stuff happening, 2012 things, and raw vegans and left-wing political stuff. Oh, bullshit. I mean, no, that was all that was part of the like sound engineering component about this whole thing. Big like sound engineer, part of it's like programmers and sound engineers lured a lot of people down here thinking there was like a lot of different interesting things going on, and everyone's like, nah, man, there's nothing like that down here. We just on computers spying on people and like about to run up on a twisted political movement who lured you all down with these podcasts. Like, that's all done in a sound studio. Like, you get ready for the event, and like, they're like, you win a game. And they can do this to people. How fucked up.